Welcome back everyone on YouTube. This is Lewis Anatrans, aka LM25, aka Lewis JM. And this is another one of my video reviews for movies. And the one movie in particular I want to review is one that came out a few weeks ago, called Wreck-It Ralph, created by Disney and Pixar. Now, before I begin, I want to explain to you that this review is spoiler free. Movie's still fresh and people are still flocking to theaters just to see this movie. If you've seen the movie and you knew the spoilers, congratulations. But if you didn't see it, I suggest you go to the theater right now because it's amazing. Now, some people might think that, oh great, you're a 29-year-old guy's reviewing a kid movie. That's pretty stupid. But that's where you're wrong, actually. See, even though it is a kid movie, it's actually a movie based around video games. And being a gamer myself since the classic NES days, I've always interested to see a movie like this. Sure, there are like other movies that try to put video game characters into the mix. Some good, some bad, some completely stupid. And there are also video game based movies as well, like of course Tron and Tron Legacy. But Wreck-It Ralph is actually it's actually a movie that's both a combination of Toy Story and The Nightmare Before Christmas. It makes sense because Toy Story is all about the toys and Wreck-It Ralph is always about video games. And the plot's just kind of like the same type of plot from Nightmare Before Christmas, only it's a little more different and much more interesting. Story on the other hand is pretty solid. In the game called Fix-It-Felix Jr., Wreck-It Ralph, which is the bad guy, wrecks a building. He's been doing it for 30 years, and he's getting a little tired of trying to play his role now. Believe me, when you try to work for 30 years on something you don't like, you always have a tendency to expand your horizons. Take the movie Eat, Pray, Love, for example. At least that movie's a little boring. So, to prove that he can do something good for a change, he goes into this first-person shooter called Hero's Duty, which is a combination of Halo, Gears of War, and of course that arcade Terminator Salvation, which you've seen in plenty of my arcade walkthroughs. But after he received the medal, he kind of got into a little accident. Not the type of accident you're thinking, but accident involving releasing a cyborg, which is the enemy of Hero's Duty, and he and the bug kind of got into an escape pod and let's just say flew around until they hit into a Candyland Mario Kart world of Sugar Rush. From there he meets up with a young girl named Vanellope Von Sweets, who is kind of annoying. I'll get to that later on. But she's determined to race, and ask her if he can help her win the race, he'll get his medal back. There is some stories that do have a tendency to the story kind of goes along with something about conspiracy theories and amazing shocking plot twists. But that's mostly spoilers, so I don't want to ruin it for everyone. What I think of the movie, I find it quite intrigued, actually. I mean, it's not much of a funny movie. I mean, I wasn't laughing on some occasions, but there were some good jokes here and there. But it's still pretty interesting and story driven. When you think about it, Wreck-It Ralph wants to prove to the entire gaming world that he is a good guy, even if he is playing a bad guy part. And doing all these things, whether it be getting a medal or helping someone out, makes him a good guy. The problem with that is when you have someone like Ralph trying to be a good guy, there could be serious consequences. Which once again, I might tell you those are spoilers, and I don't want to reveal them. As far as the whole movie goes, scenery is kind of awesome. I mean, mostly it does take place in an arcade, which is kind of a combination between either Yestercades or Dave and Buster's, because there are like a lot of good old school games and a lot of new school games. Three of which were created for Disney. And to be honest, I say the worlds within the video games was pretty impressive. I mean, think about it. You go inside an arcade cabinet after the next, and you realize there's more of a world within this within the arcades. And just to be clear, I was enjoying it, whether it be classics like Tapper or Pac-Man or even Fix-It Felix itself, to large world environments like Hero's Duty or Candy Rush or Sugar Rush. I mean, they put it all down on the map. I even like all those many video game cameos within it. Like, for instance, when you go into this hub, which is like sort of like Grand Central Station, you see like various video game cameos within it. Believe me, I saw plenty of them, from Frogger to Dig Dug to Sonic to Street Fighter to just about everything. Even Pong. They even have Pong. I mean, who even remembers Pong during those times? There was even a couple of good references, whether it be from Mario Brothers or even Solid. What was that again? Metal Gear Solid. Pretty interesting, very fun. Everything you need to know about this movie. Character driven. It's also character driven too. John C. Reilly's role in Wreck-It Ralph makes him a very good option. And even though Joe McBrayer playing Fix-It Felix is a little bit of a side character, even though he is the hero of his own game, he does mark his territory pretty well. Sarah Silverman's Penelope, on the other hand, okay, just to be brutally honest, the Penelope character was a little annoying. I know, she is a young girl. She does tend to bug you some here and there on some occasions, but when the movie progresses, you realize that she's trying to be someone else, trying to prove to everyone in Sugar Rush that she can win a race, and you could tell the determination on her face, and her emotions, that she was desperate. Of course, along the way, more spoilers, so don't want to reveal it. But hey, you need an annoying character in your movie? You got Sweets. But special mention goes to Jane Lynch's role with the character of Sergeant Calhoun. She marks her territory pretty well, and even though it is a Pixar movie, this Calhoun character is pretty much more serious than every character in the movie. Believe me, I play plenty of first-person shooters, and I know plenty of good games here and there. Basically, and the premise of a badass girl does tend to work. Now, there are some badass girls that do work, like Samus Aran, or even who else? Or Bayonetta, even though she does have a little bit of a cheesy look. But there are others that tend to try to make a good badass girl character, and doesn't work that well. Like, for instance, the Anya character from Gears of War. Sure, for the past two movies, she was pretty much a side note. But in Gears of War 3, they've tried to make her into a badass, and it does tend to even not work the way it is. Anya, that's the name. Anya, okay. But this Calhoun character does have its unique moments. I mean, she is a badass. She shoots down cyborgs for a living. She even is programmed with a tragic backstory, which again, not gonna spoil, but it shows the audience that she used to have a good life and then everything went downhill. It does everything. Well, now as far as the movie goes, enjoy it. Everything's good. There are some good moments, some bad moments. Some moments one moment I did tend to get away from the theater for a little bit because it could be very, very sad. But on the other hand, everything worked out well. Do I have a few nitpicks on this? I think so. The hero's duty scene was a little bit short-lived, and I was hoping that they would have extended it longer. Hell, maybe they go up to the tower, and when the game is over, Ralph goes and gets them out instead of climbing up there. And even though Ralph went to like a first-person shooter and a racing game, he should have gone to other games as well. Like for instance, fighting game. He would have done well in that type of atmosphere, or even a sports game. Hell, they even have a DDR in that arcade game, and I'm a big fan of Dance Dance Revolution. He would have taken that option because hey, he could prove that he could be a good dancer. That could be a plus. And even though they did had all the old school arcade cameos, they would have added cameos from recent modern games. Not like all of those Call of Duty or Battlefield type games. No, I'm not a big fan of those types of games. But games like Final Fantasy or even Halo or Portal. I would like to see Gladys take over as for that little villain healing convention. Or maybe the Grunt from Halo, because hell, everyone loves a Grunt. They're easy to shoot and very annoying. But there is one more question that's missing on the movie. Where's Mario? Mario is a big icon in the video game industry, even Nintendo. Why isn't he even in this movie? Oh sure, Face It Felix says that Mario is fashionably late, but we never see Mario anywhere within the movie itself. I guess sometimes it does have it. I guess sometimes there are some games that don't work out well, some parts that don't work out well on some occasions. So, long story short, very great movie. Go see it. I don't care if it's a kid movie. If you have a kid and he likes these movies, go ahead and watch it. And if you're a gamer and you like games from either past, present, or future, go ahead and watch it. It's a fun movie. Now, before I close this out, I want to give out a little side note. Now, as far as Disney goes, after watching the movie and seeing those 3 games, I was wondering maybe Disney could actually create those real life games. Sure, they put up Fix It Felix for their little promotions, whether it be in arcade expos or even little arcade sections. But honestly, they would have added more Fix It Felix games. Hell, they would have created a real life Hero's Duty or a real life Sugar Rush. Those games looks pretty awesome, and I wanted to see places like either Dave & Buster's or Chuck E. Cheese's or hell, maybe even big time arcades like Boomers or Funplex to have them there. That would brought some really good feedback, and who knows, maybe if they get this right, and if this movie is so much successful, they might put up a sequel. It's just a thought. I'm pretty sure all you people might think the same thing. They would have put Hero's Duty and Sugar Rush as real arcade games and place them in every arcade in the world. If you think that would be a wise idea, let me know in the comments. Tell me if they could actually do a real Hero's Duty or a real Sugar Rush. So that's pretty much it for my movie review. I hope you enjoyed watching this and letting me and knowing how I feel about Wreck-It Ralph. Stay tuned for more videos, and see you guys later.